class screaming racism, racism, racism. Look at this movement over here. Look at this. And so the New York Times put this out. The New York Times, look at the political movement. Take a gigantic. We need to tone that down. They toned it. They're like, let's shrink that a little bit. Oh, fuck it out. It's too much. Take it down a couple notches. Fuck it out. Look at that. That's crazy. Democrats did so much worse this election cycle that the New York Times just adjusted their change since 2020 map to make the arrows look smaller so it wouldn't look so bad. Too bad we screen grabbed the original. Absolute priority number one, be revoking HR, pulling FCC license pending investigations, trial of the media scumbag. Yeah, thanks, Dr. Jones. We've got to arrest people. Look, this right here is the destruction and the defeat of the legacy media, and we did that. The corporate media. If you're in the audience right now, congratulations. This victory of what has happened and what is coming rests upon your shoulders. We asked people to go to an entirely different fucking platform. A platform that, in all relevancy, didn't exist, 8 years ago with Donald Trump. They had cat videos on Rumble. And people are like, oh, where are you going to go to Rumble? Where are you going to go to Rumble? Rumble's not YouTube. Yeah, I know Rumble's not YouTube. Yeah. But YouTube is a hostile digital environment, and we need to build up other places. We need to be able to communicate because if you can't stop us communicating, then we can overtake the narratives that these people are pushing that are clearly false, clearly wrong, and Elon Musk buying X supercharged it, and boom! Now, motherfuckers, you are seeing the fruits of our labor. You guys pushing other platforms, creating other platforms, making content on the platforms, sharing this out. You have strangled out legacy media and destroyed their ability to continue to propaganda this country off a fucking cliff. Look at that movement. Look at that movement. That's against all odds, by the way. That's against all odds. They threw everything they had at us and then tried to poison us with a bioweapon, and we still beat these
allegedly
fuckers so bad they lost
in Minecraft, allegedly.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Allegedly.
And now it's time for retribution. It's time to start arresting motherfuckers. Jackie Smitty over there has just had his case thrown out. He has said, hey, listen, there's no sense in doing this case. Let's go ahead and kill it. Even though he just demanded the fast tracking deadlines in October. Fast track this. The judge said, let's do it. Rubber stamp. He's now said, well, fuck it. Vacate it. We're not going to be able to carry this out. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine that you're not going to carry this case out. Motherfucker, preserve your documents. We were saying this last stream, and here we go. Breaking, Congress just issued a letter to Jackie Smitty ordering him to preserve his records. Let's arrest some motherfuckers. Let's arrest some motherfuckers. No breaks, by the way. No breaks. No breaks. I'm coming for you. Hey. Fatty McWoke General over here. Motherfucker ain't won a single thing, but he's got way more chest metal than motherfucking Eisenhower over here. Preserve your documents, cunt. We coming for you, too. You under arrest. General Mark Milley, former chairman of Joint Chief Staffs under Trump, fears that he'll be court-martialed. That's the least of your concern. You're worried about being court-martialed? You're worried about losing a little bit of that chest? You should be worried about a military tribunal. Did you lie to Donald Trump about the amount of troops that you had in fucking Syria? Did you put troop rotation into Syria in a way to keep troops and to keep war going against the will of the motherfucking president? Oh, son, that's treason. Oh, son. Tell ya. Bah, 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 bah. We're going to teach you a lesson about white rage, brother. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, my God. So we're going to get court-martialed. Yeah, boy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Donald Trump going in fucking hot, boy. Donald Trump rolling in heavy. I will order the Department of Justice to investigate all parties involved in the new online censorship regime, which is absolutely destructive and terrible. Oh, fucking hell. He needs a stone cold killer in the Department of Justice. He needs somebody that's fucking battle hardened. Put Elon Musk. I don't care who you put it in there, but that person, we need somebody who's going to be unwavering, because it is going to get hot in there. All of these go back to Obama. All of these go back to Joe Biden. All of these go back to Hillary Clinton. All of these go back to Bush, the Cheneys. You motherfuckers in a lot of trouble. You motherfuckers in a shit ton of trouble, and I can't wait to be part of a retribution tour. Let's arrest some motherfuckers. Boom! Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Thank you so much to our mods moderating this madness. We'll be doing it again on Sunday. Thank you so much to Salty D, Alien Testosterone, Jim Russell, Kelsey K, Cotton Ministries, Rapid Alaskan, Adrian, CEO Supreme, Shrew, Gospel Nugs, Infected, and Reality 101. Welcome to the party. Thank you for helping the Assault Queen moderate this bad boy. We'll be doing it again on Sunday. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate that. I gotta get some rest. I got tonight, I'm gonna turn off the fucking phone. No more liberals crying. Maybe we'll do one more on the way out. And I cannot keep watching these, because you idiots losing your fucking your lefty fucking scumbag heads. It's keeping me from fucking sleeping, and I have got to finish off this fucking cold. It's just sons of bitches. It's so good. Smart people don't need to tell others. Yep, thank you. Salt Falls is glorious to watch. Almost makes the past 4 years worth it. Lick my balls, libtards. Don't shoot. Crumbler, thanks, man. Free to J6 prisoners. Oh. Salty, will you go over how every single state without voter ID all voted for Kamala? I saw those, and then I saw some community notes that there were some kind of waffly areas over there. Listen, I just assumed that they're going to try to steal the election. The entire premise of what we were trying to do was to overwhelm the system so much that they weren't going to be able to steal the election. And one of the key aspects of it was, voting by mail and voting early, which we don't usually do. And that seems to have worked this round. What we have to do, though, in the future is get voter ID. We need to win the House. And hopefully we don't have a bunch of dipshit assholes, rhinos, but we need to pass election integrity and say, listen, election day is now one day. It's a federal holiday. You get that day off. Get rid of this fucking George Kirby Day or this stupid fucking. There's only one Independence Day. the federal holidays need to be sane, and voting needs to be one of them. People need to have the day off of work, and paper ballots. You get no federal funding of doing dominion machines, and fix the election. That needs to be right at the top. Right at the top. Just got home. Can't wait to restart the restream. Grateful. Thanks, brother. Mike Davis on the short list for AG. Spit and fire. We need somebody, Madison, who spits and shits fire. Because you're going to be on. We have to arrest Jeff Sessions. Fuck you. All of these people. The Department of Justice. The only way we save this country is we arrest criminals. And you're gonna that position is gonna take so much. It might take literal fire. Why? I mean, they shut up our president. Only downside to Trump's victory is my Canadian deputy cunt PM promised Ukraine another $50 billion. Fuck you know. Social thanks, bro. Bing, bing, bing. Let's go out on bing, 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 man. This is so good. thank you to all of the advertisers on the web zones page, keeping us Google AdSense free. KIRAM. So we do all thingy. Can't do it. Rogue Digital Brother, thank you so much. We've got Lenaria Soaps, Keep Safe Care Direct, 110% Rock and Roll, Green Dragon Teas. Thank you guys. Who else is free on the web zones? Web zones. See you guys on Sunday. Till then, stay safe, stay strapped. Sunday.
Bugged. Bugged, boys. The fuck? Oh. Oh, I thought someone said hello. That's me. Reeeee. What else? Fucking this shit.
To use.
She.
Okay, and if you don't know how to use have a
She.
good force, use of force, which most people don't, right? And then you get abused.
Huh?
So two men fighting, sure. Two men fighting, right? No problem. Both men. But we already know that regardless, if one is weaker or one is smaller, they're both men and they are close to the same capability. Women,
great question.
don't have the same capability.
Lalo, last question.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so then go ahead. In this case, so you would say that it's better for a 5'2", 120-pound man to fight a guy who's 6'8" and also 300 pounds. That would be okay to not legislate, but if a guy who's like,
Well, we already have laws. We have laws against that. We have right. We have assault laws. We have
for size
battery
laws,
laws.
no,
We have battery laws. For
not
fighting.
for a guy that's taller than you know, that does not exist.
No, we have them for fighting already, right?
No, those are regulations within like a sport, like UFC.
Laws?
They don't have fighting laws. You can go start a fight in the bar and
They're not laws.
They're a rule.
What are you talking
There's
about?
a rule. Like it's not a rule. It's not a rule. Battery's not a rule or a law. Those are laws.
Those do not discriminate among sizes because people don't choose how they're born insofar as size is concerned. Yeah, of course not.
All right, we gotta move on. Thank you for the call, Lilo.
Thank you so much.
All right, moving on to the next caller here, Adam Dole. I'm just doing these in the order that they came in. If you have your camera on, right, you'll take priority. Go ahead, Adam.
Am I coming in clear?
Yeah, you're coming in clear now.
And you accused Glenn of engaging in a contradiction. I got a few questions. So do you agree that women are generally weaker physically than men?
Physically, yes.
Do you agree that women are generally stronger legally than men?
Yeah, today, yes.
Okay, so you actually, according to you, hold the contradiction because you believe at the same time that women are weaker and stronger than men simultaneously. This is what you accused Glenn of holding to, and you accused this of being contradictory.
No, I'm saying that the physical, yeah, I can see what you're saying. I think women have as much or more power than men personally. Okay, so that includes physically, emotionally, all that stuff. So I say that's separate than the legal thing. And Glenn can say that.
So, then, do you agree that when somebody uses the term strong or strength, we are generally referring to physical strength?
Strong, no. But strength.
Strong? Okay, well, so strength maybe, yeah, then, well, I'm just going to explicitly accuse you of doing a mock daily with Glenn, where you ask Glenn, are women stronger than men? He says no, because he thinks you're talking about personal strength. And then you accuse him of being in a contradiction because he says other things differently about the legal system. But anyway, I also want to ask you, do you still hold the same views that you did with the debate with Andrew on authority?
Yes.
Okay, so do you believe that, as you said in that debate, that we ought to trust the legal system when they make laws, that we ought to trust them to have our best interests at heart?
I said that that's where you should start from, but you should be critical of them.
Okay, so as somebody who's in the audience who doesn't know anything about the U.S. legal system, just start from the position that the current EDB laws are good.
I would say that I don't think they're good, but I do think the legal system as a whole, as it's grounded in British common law and the Roman legal tradition, is basically good. I do think it's actually one of the better
my question. You completely evaded the question. I'm going to ask you the question again. Do you believe that somebody in the audience who is unfamiliar with the current EV laws that are on the books, should they start from the position that the current EV laws are good?
I mean, like a little kid should start with the position that they should trust the laws, but like as soon as they get old enough to see it, yeah, like these laws are unjust laws, yeah.
Okay, so this is very strange because on one hand you think that authority should generally be trusted, and that the lack of the trust in authority leads to negative outcomes in society. At the same time, you believe that we ought to distrust legislators
word is fomenting, not fermenting. Fermenting is what you do with like.
Okay, potato.
Well, no, it's a different word.
Different pronunciation. What you're doing is engaging in binary thinking. I hold a centrist position in which I would say that yes, like I'm not saying because of DV laws we should have a revolution and throw out the entirety of the legal tradition of the United States of America. I think it's an aberration that can be because it's a recent aberration. Because it's a recent aberration, like Roe v. Wade was an aberration. It was thrown out. It was thrown out of the system. I do think I would agree with Glenn in the sense like reform is better than revolution. And these laws should be just thrown out as the garbage they are.
All right, Adam, I gotta leave it there. Thank you for the call. I appreciate it. I did see Casimir has his camera on, so up he comes. Are you ready, Kaz? Thumbs up if you're ready. Thumbs up. Okay. There we go.
More back buffer, that's fine. Let's improvise.
I've got some feedback coming from you. I'll put you in the background while you solve that, Kaz. Ruff, how you doing?
What's up? Good question for Glenn. I guess, like, Glenn, do you understand that, like, throughout human history, women betrayed a man on a deep, deep level, you know, be it cheating or whatever? Because women can hurt men. I think outside of violence, I think you're missing that. Women can definitely hurt men. We all know this. Do you understand that she's risking her life? Because throughout human history, men are naturally violent. And I guess that's my question. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So you go. You know, I mean, how that conflicts with your point of view, though?
That how does it conflict with my point of view that women fear men because men are more capable of violence and do more damage and violence than women? How is that conflicting my view? You think if a woman does that, she should feel the risk of danger?
Yeah.
There's natural, right? Physically, we are more physically capable of harming people than women do. Yeah, that's natural. But does that mean that?
No, I'm not just saying.
You guys have a fear of that. That doesn't mean that it should be capable or men should do that. Should women? Yeah, that's natural fear. Why not? Why shouldn't men do that?
If a woman betrays,
Whose time is it, Ben?
no, actually, I like for a minute interrupts. It's a really good point, so I agree with them. But yeah, it's not just that they're capable of it. It's like it's natural for men to feel that sort of violence and that sort of hatred, or not hatred, but that sort of.
You're right. Hatred. That's a good way to go with that. If there's no necessary threat to harm them, why should they?
No, you can be violent.
Why should you admit it to a level of violence if there's no need for it?
You can be violent without hatred. That was.
My question is like, why would you have? If you're with a woman that you have to assault to get to comply with you, why would you be with her? Why complicate your life? Be with somebody that you have to.
That's such a misunderstanding of women. Women obviously can be deceitful. Like every man knows that.
I've never had to.
You don't go into a
raise my hand against a woman.
You don't go into a relationship knowing that you're going to be betrayed, right? Like that's an aspect of women is they can be deceitful.
Okay, why would you? Okay, once she betrays you, why would you want to stay with her? You just beat her?
I'm not saying. I'm saying.
What is that? It's a fucking false argument. Like it's not. It's a non-argument.
Then you get rid of her.
Some men. I'm not saying me. I'm not saying it's right. But
Whether or not, okay, listen, it's a false. Like it's a stupid question. It's a fucking invalid question. Like whether or not somebody would or would not do something, and whether I can justify whether someone would or would not do something, does not fucking prove the point. And it's a complete fucking. I hate when people do that.
I did wrong.
Bro, it's a caller's time.
It's like a misdirection.
It's not Ben Thorpe's time. It's the caller's time. Caller, so you got one question left. Go ahead.
no, that's really it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, caller. Have a good night. Now, listen, I'm not trying to be mean to you guys, trying to engage on this, but there's a bunch of people in the back who want to call in, and I want to get to all the callers, and they're directed towards the debater. So if we get too much of you guys arguing across that, we'll never get through them all. Kaz, go ahead when you're ready.
Is this better?
Yes. There's no feedback now.
Excellent. So I have a question for Ben Thorpe. If we consent, should I be able to call the cops on you based on the result?
No.
No. So consent sort of matters. So do you believe if you were to...
That doesn't mean consent matters, by the way. But you're just saying that.
Sure, okay.
Let him
By
prove.
analogy, if a woman were to consent to a marriage where, as part of the marriage contract, she agrees to an occasional boxing match if she disobeys the husband, would that be fine, in your opinion?
You mean by boxing match, like a physical correction? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so...
Yeah. I think
no police would have to...
I think that should be implied in every marriage, yes.
Okay.
The man
So
has a right to correct his wife, yes.
So advanced consent sort of matters, and it can be both implicit as part of society and explicit as on a piece of paper.
No. If you attack my children, I don't have to have you consent to me knocking you out. I'll just knock you out.
Actually, if in the unlikely hypothetical that I would choose to initiate aggression on anyone else,
right,
that would be my consent to getting whatever retribution comes to me. Is that?
Yeah, I mean, you're doing this autistic thing. I don't know what.
No, let's not be autistic. Let's say I walk into a bar that's known to be a biker bar, and I pick the meanest son of a bee in there, right?
Yeah.
The meanest guy, looks tougher than you, and I tell him what I think about his mother and how much I enjoyed her last night, and I also tell him how much of a subhuman, sexually deviant, not even a man he is. Am I not consenting for something by doing that?
I can see how you'd say, like, you're asking.
I know it's off topic, but it's kind of a bad example because it just is. Like, that's like Hollywood movie. Like Hollywood movie. Okay, I'm standing outside a gas station. This guy just like opens his fucking denim coat, and he's like, yeah, he just has this fucking solid black hunk of fucking metal ready to go. And he's like, yep, if you see this patch, if the person orders him to go do the thing, he literally just walks up and does the thing. Doesn't think about it, hesitate, nothing. And he will fucking, he's like, I'll hop on this bike and I will go until I find them and I will do the thing. Like, it's not going to be like a bar fight.
And I was frustrated this entire debate where you would say, well, a woman deserves to be corrected.
A woman.
And yet she basically consents to it. And you were talking about consent, how the woman's fantasies are to be corrected. They have a masculine man, which is basically they're consenting to it.
Yeah, I guess you
didn't raise it at all.
Yeah. Their pussies consent? Is that what you're saying?
Woman.
Women are attracted to masculine men. Their pussies basically consent. Yeah. And it's not going to work legally. And a guy like Glenn will call the cops.
Shouldn't it work legally? Isn't that the whole point? Is that they consent to it, and then they retract consent by calling the cops.
Yeah.
And then the cops engage in the first initial non-consensual relationship where the husband gets beat up and imprisoned and so on and so forth. Where the consent is the main issue there as well.
I'm tired.
Yeah, right. The basic problem with all these situations is, what are you doing with this man if you don't like him? That's the problem. And this is one of the things that feminists absolutely go crazy.
Last question, Cass.
I want to ask...
Madhouse.
It is consensual. Romantic relationships are in the West consensual.
I want to continue...
Madhouse militia.
Glenn, do you believe that there should be a particular law against you, besides, like, assault laws that exist?
A particular law against me?
Yeah. That if you stare at a guy too long, cops should show up and beat you up.
If you do, you in particular.
No, but there are laws
Why not?
against guys like myself who have training that could, that most people don't have. So we would get punished a little bit more severely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
We need to get like a trip button on here so I can move around real precisely and slowly and carefully with my right thumb and then go. Should be able to shoot with my left because you have to hold it. Moving, aiming, and shooting all with like the same touching and sitting. That's not the best. That's really bad. I forgot how to unbug the thing. It gets bugged and goes upside down.
Then you should be able to call the cops. But why shouldn't you have the presumption of innocence? I'm more
You
dangerous
call the
individual
cops.
than I am.
We don't know. You might have a gun.
I don't know. You might have 2 guns. Who cares?
I'm just saying, like, your question, like,
My
Okay,
gun
so
might
let's
have a
say
gun.
the law has to do with domestic within the home, right? So assault law, battery law, this is within the home.
If I'm known as the quickest draw in the West, and I have a gun and you don't, should I lose presumption of innocence because I'm a better gunslinger than you?
Yes.
No.
Why not?
Yeah.
Isn't that your whole argument?
No.
If there were laws on the books against gunslingers that we time their draw, and if it's below a certain threshold, they represent such a danger to society. They can kill anyone instantly before the other person even reacts. Shouldn't we have, wouldn't you be in favor of laws already on the books to protect against such people? And losing the presumption of innocence?
Again, like, if you heard me in the way I was saying that we should reform the domestic violence laws. Domestic means within the home. So I'm talking about issues within the home, right? That people should not be.
Guys, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Kaz, I always give you more time. You've been a friend of the channel for years, and I appreciate the call-in very much. Guys, I do have to get to a few super chats here before I get on to the next round of callers. By the way, if you guys turn your cameras on, you will always get priority. That's why some of you called in early, and you haven't come up yet. It's because people like seeing people's faces, right? They want to know who they're talking to. Andrew is sitting back and picking out crystal colors for both of them. Yes, they're both going to the crystals for sure.
You're going to the crystal.
$100.
Get in the crystal.
Get trapped in the DV laws. Thanks for hosting the debate conversation. Also recently found out you're a vet. Thank you for your service. Okay. Jess says that both of these guys have already lost. This debate has become a shit show. Okay, so these are not questions. That's why I'm just kind of barreling through them. Okay.
But she's from Australia, remember?
Never saw a Walmart
Sniper rifle.
Had it dull in the Crucible. Crazy times. Spyro says, Andrew, you mother effer. I think you owe Chat 2K for this debate. What the hell, man? At this point, I want to go into the crystals. You win.
I want to go into the crystals.
Tomato says, not turned on by being
I want to go into the crystals.
Okay. Seriously, Shelby for $10 says, so did Cassie like Diddy DVing her at the hotel? No, only crazy bitches like that. Shit, you don't stick it in crazy. Okay. Justin Henley says, Ben, don't punch a woman in the back of the head. It's illegal. 5 minutes later, women love being punched in the face. FFS, Glenn. Yeah, so like, what the fuck, Glenn? Unconventional man for $10 says women get off being punched in the face. Andrew thinking to himself in the background, that's fair.
That's fair.
Justin Henley for $5 says, can we put a bad Chinese dub over Glenn Lawrence and re-upload it with all the TOS takes? Jazzy Bear for £10 says, if you both are DGens, this is Andrew's channel, and come on, have some respect. That is true. That pissed me off, right? That did piss me off when you guys did that, right? I was very specific about it. You both did it multiple times. Raw Dog for $5 says, I feel like I'm watching Doc Brown arguing with Biff because we keep coming back to the future.
Biff.
Seriously says, I need a cigar now or a crystal to look at. Just say something for $20 says, Rob and Andrew for taking the time to moderate this disaster.
Oh, you fucked up, huh? Is it baby? Yeah, you fucked up.
They're all around it, but can't find a hole. Okay, $5 is Jim Bob. Jim Bob, can I see a vagine chat right now? Having a hard time figuring out who's getting DV'd here. Yes, these are the questions that keep people up at night. Spyro says sometimes beaches go too far, man. Sometimes beaches go too far. Crystals for all of them. For all his faults, Ben has one thing going for him. He's never had a BJ from Monica Lewinsky, not even once. He says, he only moderated. When you look this good and your pipe is this awesome, you can win debates without even ever debating. Jantic says this unlimited monkey and lesbian need to kiss is wild. Jess Gerald says, yep, Ben is that guy that all women want. I think he's making fun of you a little bit there, Ben, to be perfectly honest with you.
No.
Sarah Tomato said, I would never read a book about Ben.
Maybe watch the video, Sarah.
Yeah, perhaps it would not be a page turner. I'm not sure. Alex Jones for press secretary. I tune into that every day. Okay. How did Rachel win the debate in less than 12 seconds? Buying Andrew some ammo for this fiver. Appreciate that. Get them, Mrs. Wilson, said Saul Jones. Jess White said, yes, Rachel, thank you so much. You needed to hear that. The Speaker of the Dead said, I hate to admit this, but Ben came prepared, then gave the worst clothes ever. We have violence laws, and people don't always need the 50 in our house. Seriously, Shelby for $5 says, most men don't know how to properly use force. The ones who do not brag about it. When they use it, the other person knows they fucked up.
That's true.
Kelly says, thanks for helping get Trump elected, Andrew and Rachel. We did what little we could do. Seriously, Shelby for $10 says the best position is not to harm a woman or a man. With all instructors tell you is to avoid the fight because you do more damage to yourself or them in a fight than trying to control the situation. That's a very valid point, by the way. I've never, ever been in any sort of physical training, whether it's with firearms or otherwise, where always the instructor's advice, first and foremost, the best way to win a conflict is to avoid the conflict. I don't think either of you dispute that, Bill.
Not at all.
No? Okay. $100 from Realistic Heart says, it just seems to me that the way these two men conducted themselves in discussion about DV clearly indicates their own emotional dysregulation and disregard of debating skills would make one at least question their fitness for the topic. Do you guys want to respond to that real quick?
This is my first debate, so I'm learning.
Wow.
Okay. Ben?
Emotional dysregulation. This is like stoicism. Men are emotional. It's great. It's fun. It makes life worth living, and I have no shame about that.
Okay, I'm going to go back to the callers. We still have more super chats, but as I told you, we take a break between callers to get to some of them. And we're going to get back to callers here, guys. CHD, been waiting patiently. Go ahead when you're ready.
Yeah, Orban and I have been waiting patiently, and we're both very disappointed in you, Glenn. Like, seriously, I had to put, like, TOS alerts in your chat so you don't not to do it in someone else's chat. And I declined a Crucible Red so I could be able to help you out, man. So, real bummer. Anyway.
Well, you're a great mod, CHD. The Crucible has its own policy of only having its own in-house mods. We don't utilize mods from other channels because it can create conflicts of interest very quickly. And because we raid so many smaller channels, I don't want to give the idea that we are somehow partial or something like this. It's just not a wise idea.
Yeah, that makes sense. A mystery guy to explain that to me. So, anyways, back to it. So, I think let's see, Glenn. I just need a little bit of clarification here. Is that so you agree that like the Duluth model that was kind of like made in place, you being like an understands that it's like very unfair towards men, right?
Yeah, it should be removed from any form of criminal justice.
All right, got it.
Throw it in the trash, burn it, never ever use it again.
And what would you kind of like use to kind of like replace that line instead? Should just be to where any like any domestic abuse happens, then it's like.
Well, I mean, it should be an investigation, like a normal investigation.
Well, hang on. Well, fuck, give him one. Give him a wrench. Give him one. He's been around forever. Give him a fucking wrench. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, like I just think that they should do just a proper investigation. Not going in there with the assumption that this party is the aggressor. They should do due diligence and see who is the victim of this crime, how it started, common policing, like they used to do.
All right, got it. And just a question for Ben. It's just if you're kind of like in favor of those, where would you say is like kind of the cutoff of allowing that stuff? Obviously, it shouldn't be glorified. Like DV is no laughing matter, but should it not be like glorified on like streams or as well as like trying to let's see, be proud of trying to like let's see, or put a member of your family in place?
I think
excessively glorified, but like there are a lot of jokes that I think are perfectly fine, and I think it's part of life. So I actually think it should be de-hystericalized. Yeah, like the old joke about like, what do you tell a woman with two black eyes? Two black eyes.
Don't make the joke, Clint. Don't make the joke, bro.
Yeah. You didn't listen the first time. Nothing.
Wow.
It's a funny joke. I don't think it's a big deal.
It's not. I don't care about. Do you think that any of this shit offends me? Like, do you think
No,
I give a shit?
I don't think
Do you think if I was on Rumble that I would give a flying fuck? I don't care about your, fucking 25-year-old jokes. Just have some respect for the fucking platform, because, I would like to keep it. I would really like to do that. I've spent years of my life building it, so I'd appreciate that. Anyway,
I did see recently, just like it was like a man on the street interview in the 1970s, that late, where they just interviewed guys about, can you correct a woman physically? And these three guys, just normal guys, they were like, sure, yeah, you got to put up with their nagging. So once in a while, you got to, discipline them. It's not that long ago that it wasn't like that big of a deal. If you ever watch The Honeymooners, he's constantly going like, one more thing and I'm gonna.
Yeah, but that was a
moon.
joke.
It was like, I don't think
He never fucking hit
I
her.
just think it wasn't a big deal. I don't know what
Dumbass.
things happened in the 1970s to women where we needed this regime to be implemented.
And
I mean, women were doing great, men were doing great.
all right. Well, Siege, I'll let you go. What the hell happened? I didn't remove him. He popped off the stream. Poindexter, go ahead when you're ready.
Yeah, this one's for Ben. You said that women have sexual power, but wouldn't that just be for self-control on behalf of the man?
True.
No, I mean,
Why wouldn't it be? So
you
you can
find women attractive? Do they have power?
Yeah, I do, but I can also control myself in public.
Right.
Okay, but they have some power.
I
No.
really don't, because
They
I
don't-
can control myself.
Right. They don't have any power.
Well, what I'm saying, are you
It's your
tempted by a
choice.
beautiful woman?
No, I'm not tempted. That was the last time.
Right.
Okay, then you're gay.
I'm
No.
gay. I have a wife.
Oh my god. What a fucking idiot.
Okay, is your wife beautiful?
My wife is
What? Okay, hold on, dude. So if you don't cheat on your wife, you're gay.
she does not have sexual power.
What an idiot.
She can't persuade you of something. Well, I think you're I see. She got some.
No.
Would it be a lack of self-control that you get angry and
It could be, but I think anger can be something that you have control of and you exercise.
very much so you definitely have control over it. So if you can't control your anger so much that you physically violate somebody, then would that be a lack of self-control?
So in this analogy, if you punch someone at a bar or punch someone who's attacking your kids, you lost control by your definition. I don't think you lost control.
You
That's
can.
fine, because you should probably call the police and have it dealt with legally.
Maybe in every circumstance, you're going to call the police if someone attacks your children.
Yes, you're going to call the police first, and you're going to do
Well,
everything.
not only are you gay, but you're
going to
gay.
do everything that is responsible. Now, if your children are in direct, like they might die, then yes, you step in and you prevent that death. Otherwise,
No, you step in first. If your children involved, you step in first. You're
and
doing
besides, that's kind of obfuscating from the point. The point is, if your wife says something stupid to you, you have no self-control as to not backhand her. As you've displayed a lack of self-control multiple times with your debates.
I think, yeah, you like the test of it, like with kids, like if you're too rough with your kids, like you can get out of control. And the good test of it is that, you ask yourself, did I do this out of love or did I do this out of like frustration? And a mature person learns the difference, but you don't have to worry about it too much. You can be a little bit excessively angry with a kid who's pissing you off. No big deal.
Right, but you're
What a
just
weirdo.
avoiding the point where you will just backhand your wife for saying something you don't like because you have no self-control.
Just a little domestic
You're
abuse.
avoiding
Yeah,
the fact that
no,
you
it's
walk
no
up
big
to
deal.
a
It's just a little.
Say something completely egregious because you think she's beautiful. That's a very big lack of
This guy's
self-control.
a fuck,
So I think
man.
there's a lot of you problem going on here.
What a fuckhead.
I think you're a bitch and you're gay. I don't know what to tell you.
That's good for you. Like, that's another lack of self-control right there.
So what's your way around me?
Very
I'll tell her like she's got power.
You're a very uncomposed person, and this has been.
You sound like a gay man. I don't know.
See you compose yourself and call yourself a man.
You're hysterical.
It has been
You're a hysterical bitch. Like Glenn.
Okay, but it has been pathetic to watch you call yourself a man. To be totally honest.
You look at the way you.
All right. Hang on. Guys. Any other callers? There's many other callers. Caller, thank you for the call in. I appreciate it very much. You have yourself a wonderful evening. Okay. All right. Anybody else got their camera on in the back? We'll take those as priority. If not, then we'll start pulling up callers without the cameras on. The reason that I prefer, of course, that somebody has a camera on is because it makes the engagement not only more engaging, but people really enjoy looking in the eye that they're talking to, and it cuts out the personal connection. That's why I pulled them off first. I'm sorry if that upsets some of you, but I don't give a shit, right? That's just the way it is. Dionysus, you're up. Go ahead when you're ready.
Yes, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Awesome. So Ben, in your opening, you it seemed like you killed the tradition and you try to appeal to the age of the law and try to invalidate it. You said something along the lines of DV hasn't been set in stone for too long. Can we at least admit that makes no goddamn sense? Plenty of laws were made after the Violence Against Women Act in 1994, such as seatbelt laws in the mid-90s, or even federal identity theft in 1998.
Yeah, in and of itself, it doesn't invalidate something because it's law. But usually innovations in law come because of like a technological innovation. So you're gonna have laws about drones. Obviously, those are going to be recent. But like the situations between men and women are the same throughout history.
All right, be right back.